No. More sales, everybody listening in, and it might be a little bit of a fucking juggernaut in the brain here. More sales is a symptom of a problem. Until right now, this very moment, contractors have always been on their own, not as tradespeople, but being alone and knowing how to take their business to the next level. They call us working class, they call us blue collar. They say that we don't have the smarts to become the business owner that we're meant to be. That is such bullshit. You have the ability. You're more than any of that. The question really is, where do you get the insights that you need specific to contracting to systemize your business so you can get your profits to pay for your freedom? I'm Andrew Houston. I'm going to show you how to make more profits, how to get more control, how to get more freedom in the simplest, quickest way possible without any of that bullshit. Welcome to the No Bullshit Podcast for Contractors. Listen up, level up, and if you learn something, like the video, subscribe to the channel, change your business, change your life. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about, Andrew? It is.
Yeah.
Sales is the symptom. Where's the problem? Maybe the problem is you're not getting enough leads. Maybe the problem is you're not converting enough of them. Maybe the problem is both those goddamn things. And if you want to go even deeper, right, Randy? Maybe the problem is that you're not getting more transactions with the fucking clients that you got, which actually is sales as well.
Repeats. Yeah.
Repeats. Maybe it's you don't have service contracts. Maybe you don't have the right...
Maybe there's not enough channels open.
Exactly, dude. Now we're talking problems instead of like, I don't have more sales. I don't have enough sales. No, dude, it's not that you don't have enough fucking sales. It's that, yes, it is. I don't have enough sales. No, dude, you don't have enough fucking leads or you're not converting enough of them into sales because you cannot innately change sales, can you?
No.
No. Sales is a result. It's a mathematical equation, right? A times B
I've never thought of it that way, but yeah, it totally is.
It's a mathematical equation.
Yeah. Your leads times your percentage.
Yeah, I actually never said that.
Yeah.
It is. Mm-hmm. You can't change fucking Z. Z's the fucking out is the result. You can change A, you can change B, you can change A and B, but Z's the fucking...
Z's just the result. Yep.
Dude, so true, right?
Right.
And once we start focusing in like we did today with you, going, okay, hey, here's another shiny object. Let's go do another channel. Let's do another channel. No, we're not going to fucking do that. Let's optimize before we maximize. Optimize what we currently have. So in your case, what were the channels that you had? And you said, okay, got leads for trades. Okay, I'm good to go. No, we're not good to go yet. You got a sales process for that?
Nope.
No? Oh, fuck, there you go. There's a hole.
Let's finish that first.
Right, because now we're just going to add more and more channels with more and more freaking no sales process.
Yep.
We might only need one more freaking channel to give you more work than you ever freaking need. But yet most guys have to go 5, 6, 7, 8 channels because they haven't even optimized one of the goddamn things.
Yeah.
And that's the same as profits. People think I need more sales. No, dude. No. Actually, the result you need is more profits.
Yeah. Bob Govero did a great presentation on that. I think it was in January when he first came on board where, you can sell less and take a bigger profit and be in a much better place at the end of the year. The gross sales is not the answer for our business.
Randy, can I use some simple math for everybody listening?
Yep.
Okay. Everybody listening, I know I'm being my sarcastic, my dad calls it jackass self, but that's okay. God love him. He says in a laughing way, is you could do 3 million at 10 points. You could do 2 million at 15, or you could do 1 million at 30. What's the profit on all of them?
The same.
Isn't that, what, really?
Yeah.
You mean, if I did 1 million at 30, and I did 3 million 3 times.
Yeah, at 10. You've worked 3 times as hard for the exact same amount of money. It's a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
Once you understand it.
Well, you know what the reality is? Okay. It is non-linear. Yeah, I don't want to get too geeky here. Okay. It is non-linear in the sense of when it comes to being a contractor. Mm-hmm. So let me prove my point. We're not selling fucking widgets online. What's that mean? For us to make money as contractors, I call it a full contact sport.
Yep.
Means you got to physically take something, either fix it or install something to make money. That means it takes people. True?
Yep.
So if we had to go and do 3 million instead of 1 million, I mean, Randy, humor, sarcasm, You don't win 100% of all the quotes you do you?
No.
No, you don't. So what's that mean? If you were winning only 50% of the quotes that you were doing, let's just say mathematically,
Yep.
and you had to go and do $3 million in sales, how many more quotes would you have to
You're
do for
quoting
$3 million?
$6 million worth of work.
Bingo. Everybody listen to that.
Yeah.
You would have, I never did.
You'd have to quote $6 million worth of work if your conversion rate's 50% to get the $3 million worth of work to make your 10%, your $300,000.
Wow. How much time, I wonder, would that take?
A lot more than quoting $2 million worth of work.
Do you think it would take more people?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Take more people to do the work too.
How many more vehicles would we need?
More.
More and more exponential.
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And if we get a Class D client,
You're going to get a lot of them.
oh, that's interesting. And people wonder if you're listening in, okay? You might be thinking, listening to this podcast, and we're sort of wrapping up the year, or you're in the new year, but you might be thinking like, and Randy, you said it when we first started, coming back to the beginning, right? I remember, you were like, I don't know where, say it, what was the question you were saying? Where's all my...
Where's my money? Basically,
Right.
right? Where's my money? Had a good year last year. My sales were up 30% over the year before.
Totally.
But once I pay the tax man, how come there's nothing left in the bank?
Bingo. So one of the first things, right, is understanding your numbers, right?
Yeah.
So here we've got
first.
Right. So first of the month with PFC is to understand your profit and loss.
It's the first thing I did when I got on with you guys is I went home and I got my bookwork 100% current and to exactly where it needed to be. So I know it is done within 12 hours. It's current within 12 hours all the time. It takes me 10 minutes a day basically to keep it up.
Dude, that's gold.
Yeah.
10 minutes
So
a day.
every single day that I look at my P&L,
awesome.
It is exactly what I want from it.
Awesome. Dude, and what were the insights that you got?
Well, I started to see where I was spending money.
You started to be able to answer that question.
Yeah.
Right?
Where's
Where's all my money going?
Where's it going?
Oh shit, it's going over here. It's going over there. It's going over here. Oh, I got to dig deeper. Right here. True?
How come the material costs are so high on that job?
Did you ever, and I mean, again, I know you're honest, but it's the no bullshit podcast for contractors, right?
Yeah.
So not holding back.
Mask off.
Right, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Not holding back any punches here. Did you have, when you first started looking at it, like I remember my first experience. I'll talk to it in a second. Mm-hmm. Did you look at it? Was there moments where in the very beginning where you're like, am I going to be able to understand this?
I knew I was going to be able to understand it.
Yeah.
It was more of do I really want to bite this off? Or am I just going to close the door and go to work for Lowe's in the plumbing department or something, right? It's
totally.
How much do I really want to give here?
Totally, dude.
Yeah.
Totally. Because it is. It hurts the brain, right? You got to learn more new things, right?
Yeah.
Like you really do. It's going back to
it's an education process. It's an education process. Yeah.
Totally. I'm going to say really quickly, everybody listening, because it might shock everyone. So my wife is a chartered accountant. You probably heard that before. But just really short story on this is, I'll never forget when she first sat down with me. Now, I canceled the meeting several times.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, guys, I've done a lot of math and stuff like that, and I'll be honest with you. I might talk a good talk around, like, I understand math. I do. But I had to work incredibly hard at it. I'm not a natural math person. Okay. I have to work really hard. I mean, look at that, the numbers there, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of I need to do it on a whiteboard. I need to I'm not some big freaking spreadsheet guy. Now I got a team that does that, but that's not me. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when I first sat down with my wife, my palms were sweating as she was going through it. Andrew, you know what gross profit is, right? You know what net profit is. So now we're going to start talking about babes. Yeah. No, I don't.
No.
What? Well, I mean, gross profit is, and you minus your expenses and cost of goods sold. My what? And then I start getting angry. Because I'm like, babes, it's just, hopefully, I love you to death. But what I'm experiencing right now is you're trying to show me how smart you are. And she's like, no, I'm not, Andrew. I just thought that you knew this. And I'm like, no, I don't. She's like, okay, let me take a different approach.
Yeah.
And then guess what? She did the lemonade stand. Andrew, remember, right? Or shoveling driveways or
Yep.
snow or pick something. I was like, lemonade. She's like, okay. Did the whole lemonade thing. We're not going to get into it, but
Yeah.
And then I understood. She goes, well, your cost of goods is the right. That's the sugar.
Yeah.
They had to go if you had to pay for water. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. They call it cost of goods because it makes sense. So anybody listening in, back to Randy, you kicking things off in the first month. Anybody can learn this.
Yeah. I had no idea what cost of goods were. But it didn't take me long to figure out that I needed to flip my labor expenses into my cost of goods sold.
Oh my God.
And then the light went on. Right?
Yeah. Anybody listening in, you're a bookkeeper, you're more than welcome to challenge me on this because I will put a nail in the coffin on this one. If I can tell you how many, we're in the thousands of contractors we've helped.
Yeah.
Okay. This is for certain. Over 95% of them, the frickin' bookkeepers and accountants, are putting the frickin'
Wrong place.
They're putting the labor in the wrong
Yeah.
frickin' place. And guess what's happening? When you go to calculate what your break even should be and what you put on your quotes, you're frickin' quoting with the wrong number.
Yeah.
Okay? Because here's the question, everybody, and bookkeepers listening in. If Randy doesn't have any work, are his guys working? Survey says nope. So if sales go up and down, do the guys' labor go up and down? Survey says yep. Is something going up and down variable? Yep. Is that called a variable cost? Yep. There you go.
There's your cost of goods sold.
I have no idea why they do it that way. I don't know. I don't know why. It
My
doesn't make
accountant is still baffled that I track my labor under cost of goods sold.
Oh my God, dude, it's nuts. Okay, next one. Dude, it's awesome. So, guys, you got to understand your financials, okay? Next one. Your books were 3 months behind.
Yeah, always. I was just got them caught up so that I could file my
For
HST
15 years.
For 15 years. I was always 3 months behind.
What's the problem with that?
You just don't know. You just don't know.
What don't you know?
You don't know anything. You don't know whether you're making money. You don't know if you're losing money. You just don't know.
Randy, did you play sports?
Yeah.
You played hockey, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you play?
I was a defenseman.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you play high level or
AAA.
Dude, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
You're definitely a defenseman. I can
Yeah.
just see you crushing people, dude. I love it. Okay. So AAA, right? Can you imagine back in AAA? By the way, here in Canada, guys, that's pretty high in hockey, okay? You imagine playing AAA and your coach says to you, yeah, you're not going to be able to look at the scoreboard, boys, on any games until they've been over for at least 3 months.
Yeah.
What? You mean at no point during the game? Well, you can look at every point during the game, but only after the game's been done for 3 months. How could you play the game like that?
Yeah.
What would a hockey coach say to you? He'd hit you in the side of the head. What are you, nuts?
Any hockey player would be counting the numbers in his head.
Yes.
Problem is the numbers are bigger with business. You can't count them in your head.
And that's a freaking sport that you were playing that you weren't even getting paid for.
Yeah.
Guys, seriously, you know it. You drive to work. You look at your dashboard on your truck. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay? Electrician, you're putting the amp probe, the fucking voltmeter, you're doing whatever. Pressure test, guys, right? You're doing the mechanical, you're doing pressure tests, you're doing all this stuff. Why do you do that stuff? Those are gauges. Yeah, use them every fucking day. Right. To do what? To make sure you're doing the right job and that things being installed properly.
Yeah.
Right. That's the same with your business.
Yeah.
But they just call it the financials.
Yeah.
It's the gauges. That's what it's just gauges. True.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Hard to know where you stand under those conditions. Absolutely. You didn't have a clear way out. Like for 15 years, it's like Groundhog Day, right?
Yeah.
What was your way out? Like, what were some of the activities that you did to try and get out when you didn't know this data?
You were just pushing for more sales. You were working harder. You did the ingrained thought in every tradesman mind is if I just work harder, I'll get to where I need to be. And I've said I said it 12 years ago, being a good plumber doesn't make you a good businessman.
It actually makes you a bad one to a certain degree.
To a certain degree, yeah.
But if you use it smart, we won't get into the whole Contractors ladder for success, but one of the levels, there's 5 levels. You guys want to find out more, you can click the link below. We'll share with you what those 5 levels are. But one of the most critical levels, I think it is, I don't think, I know, I created the freaking, I created the thing. Like anything, the first level is the most important because it is the foundation in which things get put upon, whether
Yeah.
it's physical or it's mental, right? Even our mental state,
Yeah.
right? If we're brought up in an environment as children, and the first thing that we experience is fucking bullshit and hell and bad environment, that's a cracked foundation.
Yeah.
It's sad because as a child, you don't have a choice, right? I really think that for most of us as contractors, we haven't had a choice. Like,
No.
honestly, and I'm not, look, maybe there's other contracting coaching companies, good, God love them. Hopefully they give you the insights, but just going to some regular coach that doesn't understand, what a quota is, a takeoff is, doesn't understand these principles, like you're going to get some help, but you're not going to get exactly what you need, right?
Yeah.
So like, when you're looking at, getting a clear way out, a lot of you guys listening in, including you, Randy, you didn't want it to be that way.
No. I didn't want to go to work for anybody else.
Yeah.
Because I love the freedom of being self-employed.
And you're an alpha,
But-
let's face it, right? We like being in charge.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on, right.
Yeah.
We're control freaks.
Definitely.
Well, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong.
I
People go,
don't-
that's a negative thing. No, it's actually a good thing. If
Yeah.
you're going to be an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
if you're going to be an owner, it's good to be in control.
But I certainly didn't want to do another 15 years with the way things were going.
Right.
Chasing money all the time. Always having money on the books. Always having an empty bank account at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So
It's tough, dude. So,
Well.
here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Anybody listening in, if you've been willing to put in the effort, slugging and working hard, I trust me, it is harder on the head because you're not using the hands, but it quickly becomes easier, right? Like just you understanding the P&L allows you to make decisions within hours and minutes,
yeah.
right? Instead of fucking decades
Yeah.
that hadn't been fucking done, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How did the program, some questions, how did the program play a role in your financials? We already touched on that. Like, if you're the rate where you're at now of a scale of 1 to 10 from where you were before, how would you rate yourself? Insights now.
Oh, I'm a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you to actually get enough understanding of financials for it to actually impact the business in a positive way? Like to make better decisions?
It was within the first month. As soon as I got my bookwork current and I understood my P&L,
Yep.
that impacted the business in a huge way.
Just like that.
Because every single decision I made
Yep.
was based on that,
Yep.
as opposed to, whatever.
Totally. Yeah. Well, instead of I'm just going to work harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need more money. I'm going to go work harder.
And it's funny, we drill ourselves with those principles. Like we really make ourselves believe that because that's all we know.
Well, and that's what was drilled into us
Right.
as apprentices when we came up through the trade, right?
Yep.
Just put your head down and work harder.
That's true. We learned it.
Yeah.
And that was good for then.
Sure.
Yeah. When did you realize the program was helping you improve your financials? We already touched on that.
Yeah.
When did you decide to work? Instead of when did you decide, what was it? What were some of the key things that made you go, you know what? Because it's an investment, right? It's a risk. At the moment that you're like, am I going to do this? What was it, or what were some of the things that made you cross that line?
Well, I had already proven to myself that I didn't have it within my capability to do it on my own.
Yep.
Right? I'd been 15 years in business
Yep.
and was still in the same place. Right? Working lots, selling lots, but not putting any money in the bank.
Totally.
And my grandfather always told me no education's free. So if you want to learn something, you're going to pay somebody to teach it to you.
True.
Or you're going to suffer the consequences of doing it wrong the first time and cover the cost of it yourself.
Or never.
Or never.
Yep.
So I knew I wasn't happy with the way things were. I knew that closing the doors and going to work for somebody else probably wasn't going to work real well for me.
Yep.
So you guys happened to throw an ad in front of me on Facebook one day, which I've come to learn was on purpose.
Yep.
And
Because now you're using the same techniques to get clients
well,
yourself.
exactly. Yeah.
Not in a malicious way, but in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah,
It was
totally.
exactly what I needed.
Perfect.
So I sat down with my wife and she's like, geez, that's quite a bit of money if, what if it doesn't work? I'm like, well, then it doesn't work, but it's not going to work
Yep.
the way it is now.
Totally.
So we either make a change or we go to work, I go to work for somebody else and we don't take our 5 or 6 weeks holidays a year because I'm tied up in a job where I only get 2.
I do want to say something on that. if you're not willing to put in the time to learn this stuff, I'm not bashing those that do. If you want to pack it up and go work for somebody,
hats off to you.
Totally
if that works
cool.
for your personal life, hats off to you.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not bullshitting. Okay. What isn't acceptable, in my opinion, is you have to always understand. I think, and we all know this, but just give it a reality check. It's not just about you. It's how is this business affecting all those people around you.
Yeah.
And it's not good, right? And it doesn't have to be that way.
And regardless as to whether your wife's actually in business with you, she's in business with you.
Yeah. Wow, that's well said, bro.
Yeah. Because you're dealing with it every night.
You got it.
Right? So it's your life.
Yep. Okay. So here we go. All right. So
are we dragging on?
So we got to wrap this baby up. So when we're looking at this, I think what everybody needs to understand, and again, I guess one of my last questions I wanted to ask, I forgot about just really quickly. I know we're gonna wrap it up. Is what's that?
I'm trying to segue into the next one here because we can do multiple.
Oh no. This is good. This is good. We're gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
So how many contractors that? I mean, you've worked on during those 15 years. There was lots of contractors that you worked beside other trades, what have you. How many of them do you think were in a similar situation?
85-90% of them.
Yeah.
I can only think of maybe 2 that looking back on it now, I could say they had a good business model. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They,
That's
and when you look back on it, they stick out like a sore thumb.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah, like it's like the delta is massive.
Yeah,
it's not like
black and white.
Oh, this guy's here or this guy's here. It's like no, like
it's black and white.
All these people over here, 85% of them are just like struggling.
Yeah,
man, working hard, working, right?
It's the same conversation around the coffee machine every morning.
See, there we go.
Yeah.
So why did I bring that up? Because I want everybody to understand you're not alone. Right. I want everybody.
We
to
all
understand,
got here for the same reason.
Right. Like I mean, Randy, whether you other contractors that are good people that could benefit from getting help. You've seen so many of them. I see them all the time. I mean, even when I'm in a store and I'm getting groceries and there's one of the guys past me, it's a contractor, and hearing him talk to his wife, it's brutal.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, dude. It's like, and they're good people. Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody, it's not because of your intelligence.
No, it's a learned skill, and it's a completely different skill than your trade.
You got it. Okay, dude, listen. Any last words?
No, perfect.
Okay, that's it, man.
It's been a year. It's been awesome. I'm not where I wanted to be, but I know exactly why I'm not where I wanted to be, and I know exactly what I need to do to get the next step. So
see, this is why this is no bullshit podcast for contractors.
Yeah.
Everybody on here doesn't go, I got exactly where I wanted to be. Well, welcome to fucking life.
Yeah.
Okay. Things changed. COVID came in. A bunch of jobs got fucking pushed out.
Threw a huge wrench in the plans.
Huge wrench. You were focusing on one target market, one target, that was 100% focusing on projects. And I'm not passionate. It's just reality.
Yeah.
No service, no like recurring, service contracts or immediate short-term service deals and stuff. And so when that got shifted, guess what? Everything got shifted. And now we got to, fill that hole.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So again, it comes back to you're willing to do something about it. Mm-hmm. Okay? And it's not the exact situation you want to be in. Well, fucking business is never going to be the exact situation.
Life isn't.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to fucking snow like next week.
No.
I don't know. Okay? Right? I don't know if the fucking job site's going to be frozen in. I don't fucking know. But what I can do is understand what I can control and what I can't. And most of the stuff you can't control gives you the majority times like 80% of what happens. True?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Love it. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for being part of this family and for sharing in the community and being there to support other people. And that's it, man. We got here. Oh, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See, guys, I got to have a system here as well. Otherwise, if I'm getting into the wing it mode, I miss things. So we got this end / outro. So honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thanks again for watching. I'm all about helping as many people as possible. Like and subscribe us if you do like it. Subscribe so you can get more of these things, so it can ring you ding ding on your phone, so you don't miss any. Next podcast is going to be Tuesday and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's it. Over and out. Later.
Thanks again for watching the Profit for Contractors No Bullshit podcast. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe. If you're new here, we release these podcasts every Tuesday and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We'll see you next time.